And then last year, I saw a video of it was two people from Microsoft, I think, that presented this vibe coding concept. Before I saw that video, I didn't really know what it was. And they had a case where they said that, well, we want to develop this vertical, but we don't know exactly what features should be in this vertical. So let's ask the AI agent in Visual Studio. And I think they created something like a cinema management thing. Hey, we're going to create this vertical. What do you suggest would be the features? And then this tool kind of suggested the features and the data structure and so on. And they go back and forth a little bit, almost like a design session with an AI agent. And then they took that to, well, can you create the tables and the pages and the code units and everything? And this thing created everything. And then, and I thought that was like really eye-opening for me that, you can not only use this AI agent to program, but you can use it as a kind of almost like a partner to kind of bounce ideas back and forth about what should be included in this thing that we're creating. And then a couple of weeks later, I was like, yeah, maybe I should try doing this with my idea that I got from Alan 20 years ago with doing an audit check. So I created a project in Visual Studio. I asked the agent, I'm going to do this audit. I call it configuration audit in Business Central. And I want the result to be displayed on the screens, grouped by application area. And then maybe the audit should create errors. It should create suggestions and warnings. And here's what I'm thinking is what I then put into this agent based on my Word document. And the agent kind of replied very nicely saying, oh, this is a good idea. Let me create the table structures and the pages and stuff like that. So I created that, and that worked pretty well. You kind of have to review what it's doing and obviously test it. But then I kind of started asking the agent, what else should it check? So during my 20 years, I had a list of maybe 40 things that I thought was good to check. But this agent came up with over 200 things that could be validated. Things like, well, what about if you're running out of numbers in the numbers areas? Like, there's only 10 left. That should be kind of a warning maybe to extend it. Things like I never thought about. So it kind of created all, and the thing for me was like, I could probably I would never do this tool because it's too much writing of code.
Right.
Like every check you have to write, and it's very basic code. It's not like it's something complicated that can bring down a business if you write it the wrong way, but it's still a lot of code. And this thing kind of wrote everything, and it ended up being thousands of lines of code for these checks. And then in the end, when it was done, like, well, I need to document this. Can you kind of provide me a list of all the checks that you did? And a sentence about the conditions for the checks that's kind of human readable. So it's not the code. And I kind of created that document as well. So it's just like, all right, so kind of help me with the design, do all the programming, and then it did the documentation afterwards. So I thought that was kind of pretty cool. I learned that certain things it struggled with. I wanted this to be like an export to Excel as well. I couldn't figure out how to export it to Excel, first with like the Excel buffer table and then with an Excel layout. That report, I think, was too complicated. And I think it goes out and it finds patterns and other things that other people have done, and it applies to patterns and kind of adjust them. But in general, I think 90% of the code was pretty good and to be used as it is. So that's my first vibe coding experience. So I think it's kind of thumbs up so far.